you ready? It's the Roundtable with me, Robert Bannon. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Roundtable. My name is Robert Bannon. You're watching us on Broadway World or over here on the Broadway Podcast Network. And I'm so excited about our next guest because, well, talk about Broadway, talk about everything that's going on, talk about movies. You guys have been doing it all. Y'all have
That's
been doing
right.
it all.
Real women get
Congratulations.
it done.
Get
We
it
make it work.
done. Josefina, Yelena, welcome to the show.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you for
So,
having us.
y'all have been busy. Jos
Yes. We
Joseph,
were in Cannes 2 weeks ago or less than 2 weeks ago, and then we were in LA. And now I'm back in New York City. Yeah.
so Josephina, tell us we're talking about 20 Pounds to Happiness, a new rom-com set to hit the festival circuit this month with premieres and it. You just are writing movies and hits and what's it about?
Well, no, I've been writing for like 30 years, and it's great that finally this show's on Broadway, and my movie finally, made it to the festivals. It's in the same universe as Real Women Have Curves. It's kind of like a companion piece to Real Women Have Curves. It's also about loving and accepting yourself. And it's a feminist romantic comedy. That's how I'll call it. And Yelena stars in it, directs it, and she did a kick-ass job.
Yelena, you star in it and direct it. Are you going to give anyone you two have taken every job on the set?
Only because we have to.
Not by choice. You know what? There's a big lie out there that Mexicans take people's jobs. That's not true.
We
Okay.
create
So
jobs.
Josefina has created so many jobs, especially right now on Broadway. If you look at the credits on her show, I will say, I don't know exactly how many you know, Josefina. How many of those people, it's their first time on Broadway, like the majority of your cast, correct?
Yeah, majority of the cast. Yeah.
Yes. And that's the same thing on our movie set. We gave a lot of people a lot of opportunities and chances behind the camera and in front of the camera as well. So I will say that.
So, Josephina, where is the idea for these projects, Real Women Have Curves, and also what we're talking about today in particular about 20 Pounds of Happiness? Where does it come from? Is it based on truth? Is it based on your imagination? Are these
Well,
char
the women was like my experience working in a sewing factory with my mother and my sister. I really did work in a sewing factory. I really was undocumented. I really was afraid of getting deported, and it's sad that I wrote this in 1987 and it's as relevant as today as ever. It's even more relevant because, on TikTok, everywhere you see people being kidnapped by ICE, and it's just horrific. And I just go, oh my God, I thank God this show is up on its feed and it's speaking to the times right now. 20 Pounds to Happiness was inspired by a friend who told me that she was conflicted because she had gone to the doctor and he told her that she didn't qualify for the lap band surgery, but she was obese. But so she was debating whether to gain the 20 pounds so she could get the lap band surgery. And so we were joking about how every woman's trying to lose 20 pounds so she could be happy one day with herself. And she's thinking of gaining 20 pounds so she could get the surgery so she could be happy one day. And I thought, why can't women just be allowed to be happy like right now? Why can't we just love ourselves now? Why does society constantly have to monitor and police our bodies? It's like as undocumented people, as people of color, we're constantly being policed and told who we need to be and what we need to do. Why can't we just be enough? Why are we made to feel like we're less than, And so the movie is really a celebration of a woman, and again, it deals with social media. So not only is she, social media is used to humiliate women and put women in check, it something horrible happens to this woman in a very funny way that she's able to recover, and it shows women kind of dignity, what it takes to really fully accept yourself.
Wow. I have so many people I know who have been aided by this surgery, who have their own journey through the surgery. So this film, Yelena, it's not just for, I mean, obviously, if you're Hispanic or a Latin audience, you're going to love it and get a lot of the jokes, but this is a universal story that women and people in general can really fall in love with. What did this character mean to you, especially this journey that she's on in this film?
Well, when I first read the script, I mean, I read it and I could not put it down. I was like, I absolutely fell in love with Carrie and I related to her in so many ways. Having that overbearing mother that's always telling you, if I were to gain, 5 pounds, it's like, oh my God, are you pregnant? What's going on? If I were to lose 10 pounds, it was like, are you sick? Here, you need to eat some more. Like you're always being criticized and policed. That was my mother, my grandmother, that's what they were taught. So I could really relate to it. And I was like, you know what? I love this character. I want to bring it to life. Not just that, but it's the first time that I am actually in a romantic lead. I've been in this business for a minute, but unfortunately, there are no leads. That's why Josefina's writing them for people like myself. So it really meant a lot to me. It was a real dream come true to be able to star in something where it didn't matter what my size was. I went to a theater conservatory where there were theater majors and then there were ballerinas, and the ballerinas were judged on their weight. So if you weighed 90 pounds or less, you actually got an A. Like this is real life that happened to me. So I could relate to everything that was going on through Carrie's mind and just her journey and just self-acceptance, because when you're in Hollywood, they want you to be a certain weight. That's the other pressure, there's an extra pressure there. And now with all the filters and social media telling you, that if you don't look like this, if you don't look like a Kardashian, you're not beautiful. I thought this is such an important message. And like you said, it's a universal message. It's about self-love, self-acceptance. So I just fell in love with Carrie, and I know that everyone that watches this movie, hopefully they will fall in love with Carrie as well, but they'll also fall in love with themselves. That's the most important thing and message about this movie.
The other thing, I remember when I was in the sewing factory, I remember seeing a size zero, and we were make dresses that were size zero, and we're like, for me, I couldn't believe that. I was like, where did the woman go? Where did she disappear? Like, why are we told that being a size zero is what's desirable? It's almost like you can be here, but we don't want to hear you. You can be in this dress and look the part, but do not tell us who you are. Do not show us who you are as a real woman. And that's kind of what started me thinking about like dresses and sizes and size forms and that this idea of like these women were in a sewing factory making these beautiful dresses that they couldn't afford or fit in. And I
Wow.
just the tragedy of that. And I thought, no, who gets to decide what is beautiful? All women are beautiful. So that's why I wrote this play because growing up, constantly being told that Barbie is the standard of being beautiful. As an ethnic indigenous woman, it's like there's no way I'm ever going to grow to be tall because I'm an indigenous woman. There's no way anybody, we're part of nature. Women are part of nature, so you look the beauty that you show is shows where you come and what part of the world you come from. So
Yeah.
indigenous women come, that I have flat feet, for instance. The doctor
Mm.
told me because you're an indigenous woman and you're closer to the and I'm thinking, oh, so I'm not supposed to be like a 6 foot white woman, with like, and I'm supposed to have curve. You go, yeah, naturally, my body is exactly what it needs to be for the environment and the life that I'm going to have. So I'm going to celebrate that. I'm not going to aspire to be a white skinny. I mean, I'm not flat chested. No matter what I do, I can't be flat chested. There's no way I can get in all these
Oh.
dresses that everyone wants to wear. I'm like, no, I have curvas and I have to honor curves because they're not going to go away. They're part of me and I love them.
Well,
And
Josefina,
people pay for those breasts, by
they
the
sh-
way. That's what people keep telling me. Like, people pay for breasts like yours. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, so I love my curves.
well, listen, in the queer community, I'm 42 and I'm a size 34 waist, so I'm over the hill and over the side. I mean, we
Oh,
all
yeah, no,
we
it's
What?
feel
But
it.
you're gorgeous. What are you talking
Get
about?
at
What?
y'all are gorgeous. And let me tell you, it's been a minute since I've been with a woman, but real women do have curves. I can tell you that much. I know that's for real. Josefina, this moment for you, this film being out, the show on Broadway, which people you have to go see the show on Broadway. I mean, every incredible superstar has. I saw Gloria Estefan was there the other day. I saw this incredible group of people. People
Cynthia
are
Erivo was there. I was like, yeah, thank you for your support,
Cynthia
everybody.
Revo there the other day. The cast is bananas. We just were with some of the cast over at the Drama Desk Awards the other day, and all the things that are going on that you have going on. This is a moment for you. You have worked on I don't know 100. How many plays have you
Well,
written?
no, I've written like 30 plays. Like I haven't written 100, but I've had over 100 productions of real women
Yeah,
easily.
100. There you go.
Yeah. No, it's been everywhere. It's also in Spanish, and I'm so happy that it's a Broadway musical because hopefully it'll go on tour and it'll go to Mexico and South America and women all over the world will get this message. And it is, but I have worked my butt off for this. Like it didn't happen overnight, I've been working since I was 18 years old as a playwright. And it's great that I'm finally being noticed, that finally Latinos, are on Broadway and especially Latina women. And I'm so happy for Justina because, Justina got to play Anna when she was 21.
Yeah,
Now that, she's a grown woman, she's playing the mom. So it took that long for her to finally be noticed. And she's such a talented woman. So I'm praying that she gets the Tony. I'm praying that Ben and Joy get the Tony for best score because we deserve it.
you
I tell you,
do.
we deserve even more Tonys, but I'm
Agreed.
thankful for the two that we got. Yeah.
And well, everyone, if you have, or you're in the New York area, or you're visiting New York, you have to get your tickets to see that because everyone just says it is the most colorful rainbow of joy and it's a
It is the
love
most
bomb and
extraordinary
fun.
show on Broadway. And I'm not telling you because I'm the one, because I've seen plenty of Broadway shows. Like I didn't get a master's degree in musical theater, so I had to come see Broadway shows as often as I could coming from LA. And I've never seen like a standing ovation in the middle of a show where everything stops. And there's actually two moments in the show where there's like an ice raid. everything stops and everyone's like everyone the audience freezes too. We're all kind of like not trying not to breathe so we don't, and there's a humanity and a connection that happens on stage that is so incredible. And I've never seen that on Broadway, so it's the
Yeah,
first time we've seen anything like this. So I really was hoping that we could get, best musical, but you know what, the audiences are going to have to decide that. The audiences are going to have to buy a ticket and realize that we are the best musical on Broadway.
I
Give us the
agree.
audience award, okay?
Yes, go buy your tickets and then make sure that you also follow and support this film. Yelena, when you got this job and when you got this role, I mean, you have done a lot talking about Broadway and trying to diversify Broadway. You come from television and film. I mean, you did Will and Grace, you did Shameless, you did Ray Donovan, you've done a bunch of television shows, but a lot of show, even though there's been progress, a lot of people of color, a lot of indigenous people, a lot of Latin people, women, they don't get the roles. They act their teeth out and they don't get the role. So when you get a role like this, what does it symbolize for the art form for other actresses that are next up and coming?
Well, it just means that things are slowly changing, but they're changing because Josefina is writing roles for women like myself. Like you said it. I've been typecast, which to my agent and my manager is a good thing, the way they explain it, because they're like, that means you're working. But I've played a chola since I was a teenager, and I could still play the chola. When they need to tell the stars of the show off, they'll call me. I guess I'm just that tough. And I finally embraced it. I was like, okay, fine. You know what? There's all these stereotypes, but we're going to show the true side of what a chola is. So our next project, actually, Josefina and I are working on, is called Hollywood Chola, and that's going to be a really fun show. It's a one-person show with a lot of music. I'm dropping an album in the fall, so we're doing a lot of music. But it's because Josefina is writing these roles. Without her creating them, they don't exist. I'm going to say that this is like the first time that I get to be starring in a role, and I hope that it inspires other actors, because my journey has really been all these stereotypes. So I'm all about like going against the Hollywood stereotype. But if these roles don't exist, then how am I going to prove that I can actually be the lead in a feature film and that I can carry a film? We just had the premiere and people loved it, and I'm speechless because thank you, Josefina, for helping me prove that I can carry a film. It took this long. I don't know if you know this, but I actually had auditioned for Women Have Curves 20 something years ago, and for the role of Anna. So I was one of the people that was at the very end, and I was like, wow, it took me this long to work with Josefina. So I'm very honored and very proud. And if you're in New York, please come see 20 Pounds of Happiness. We're screening on the 14th of June and in Philadelphia the 7th of June as well. So they can, people want to follow us on social media at 20 Pounds of Happiness. They can, yeah, at the Latino Film Market, they can get tickets, and please come out and support and meet us, because we will be there.
All the links and all of the information will be below. So if you're listening to us on the podcast, go look below for their Instagram and also for all the show, the film information. And then if you're watching us, make sure you click below and you will see all the information. Make sure you follow them and get the word out. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell everybody. I was going to joke. I joked about all the jobs you do, directing and starring and writing. And my joke usually is you must do craft services as well. But
Oh, I did
Josefina,
that, yeah.
you
No, that was
probably
Josefina.
can.
That was
I'm a chef.
Josefina. She
You
was
really
production
can.
designer. She was everything, but it's not by choice. But I will quote Josefina when she says, I never chose to be this extraordinarily chingona. It's a
Yeah.
budget, it's a budgetary reason. As a producer, which we were both producers on this, you have to do what you gotta do.
You
And
got
she was doing production design.
I
She
was
was doing
driver too, chauffeur, todo.
whatever you got
whatever
to do
needed to get done.
to get it made. So, Josefina, what can we do to get the word about this film? The film doesn't have a wide release yet. It's going to be in New York. It's going to be, but we want to follow it. We want to know when it's going to be available. We want to know when we can watch it. So, what can we do?
Follow us on Instagram. Follow me at Josefina Lopez RWHC, and I'm going to share the journey of because I set out to do this, to put a show on Broadway, and I set out to make a movie because I kept waiting and waiting, and I realized no one's going to rescue us. No one's going to come save. No one's going to do it. We have to do it ourselves, and we have to invest in ourselves as people of color, as women, because that's it. We are the future of American theater. We're the future of cinema. AI cannot reproduce us. AI is not going to copy us because our stories aren't out there. So we are what's original. We are the future, and we got to take up our space and really create. And we create our own destiny.
You
When we say
have,
we
both of you have. And I don't
yeah.
know why. And I know a distributor is going to swoop in and take this movie and put it everywhere because it makes logical monetary
It's
sense.
the perfect movie for Galentine's Day. Get a bunch of women go and see it, and then you cheer
Yes.
together. And it's because your self-love is the greatest love story. We've been sold this idea that a man's gonna complete us. No. And then, but also the love between women and this sisterhood, which is what I write about in Real Women, is really the truth. In the end, you're probably gonna end up with a bunch of old ladies with cats and tea, and it's gonna be the greatest
And
time.
chocolate cake and chocolate cake. Don't forget the
That's right.
chocolate cake.
That works for Yelena, for you to work. Tell us a little bit about the rest of the cast of this film while we've got you, because I know it's more than just the two of you. There's an entire crew and cast that makes this magic.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. I mean, these roles were just, when I read all of them, I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. We saw over 13,000 actors. That's a testament to our casting director, Julian Ortega, who actually did watch every single tape, like beginning to end, because I said, bring me the best. I want the best of the best of the best. We are so fortunate to have Carlo Mendez playing the best friend. He is just phenomenal to work with. Cristiana Lucas. We have Soledad St. Hilaire, who was one of the original women in Real Women Have Curves. So our cast is just phenomenal. We had such a good time. We were just, we were there to play, bring the comedy, bring the drama. So I'm very grateful for this cast. Like, yeah, there's a lot of people that we gave them their break. Trisha Cruz is one of our associate producers as well. She was also somebody that, I've been waiting to work with her for like 20 years. So it was an opportunity to really like work with new people and people that I'd never met. Brianna Oppenheimer as well, who I know from USC, but I didn't know her like as an actor. We just knew each other from film school. So it was just a great opportunity to really just go out and find the best talent. And I have to say, we have some of the best talent out there. Kelsey Watson, Raphael Siegler. I mean, the list goes on and on.
Right.
Samantha Fajardo, like Michelle Lebo, like all these actors are just top notch. And when you see them, you're going to be like, wow, where can I see more of them?
Well, I'm
Riley
so
as well. Riley plays our Echo. He's from Echo Park. Riley
Hipster.
Shanahan. Yeah, exactly. He's the other lead as well. So yeah,
well.
they were all great.
You both move me because you both created the yes. When the business and the industry did not hand it to you, you guys have created it, and there's an entire a demographic of people of all around the world who will get to see themselves represented on screen and on stages because of the work that you both do, and that is such joy, and that's what art is all about. So thank you all for giving people work, and representation matters in art, and that's what you've done. It means so much.
Oh, thank you for recognizing that because we were one of 5 films. I mean, this post-COVID world is very different, especially in LA. Production is, I read somewhere it's like 50% down. I feel like it's a lot more than that because I have a lot of friends that have moved out. So it was really an opportunity to say, you know what, it's our time to make something happen because we have all the resources. Josefina and I had just come back from Equatorial Guinea. We made a short film with no resources.
In
So we
Africa.
came back here going, wow, we're so inspired. We went there to inspire them, but they inspired us. And we're like, you know what? Everything that we need, we have. So we're going to make this film. Just like we're going to open up a film school in Boyle Heights so that we can teach other people and inspire other people to tell their own stories, because that's really important to give people that agency so that they can tell their stories and so we can empower our community. That's really important for us.
So homework, everybody. We're all going to follow the Instagram. We're all going to stay up to date. And if you're in New York City, you have to come see the screening. Or if you're going to be in Philly, you have to come see the screening. We're going to follow. We're going to follow. We're going to stay up to date on all the acting and directing that she's going to do. We're going to go to Broadway. We're going to see Real Women Have Curves and show our money is going to put your money in the commerce and art that means
Yeah.
something to you. And then we'll stay up to Josefina and what you have. And I'm sure you got all sorts of tricks up your sleeves, everybody. So we're ready
Yeah.
for the work. Let's go.
Let's go.
20 Pounds to Happiness is coming. It's a new rom-com. I love rom-coms. Bring them back. We need more of them.
Yes.
We need
Yes.
more of them.
Come laugh with us. Come
Yes,
laugh with us.
yes.
Laughing is healing. Yes.
It's such an honor to have you both here. Thank you so much for spending time to us, and congratulations.
Thank
Thank
you.